One thing I want to say before we start the video is the purpose of this channel is really to get to know you all and to share our passion for clothing. So feel free to comment down below and start a conversation. I'm not here to, have clout or followers or fans. I'm ultimately trying to be friends and build a community with y'all. So let's be friends. Comment down below. Feel free to reach out on Instagram and let's have a conversation. Start out things with something really interesting. We stopped at the Nordstrom, which had a pitiful selection for men, but I did see they had quite a few designer pieces for women. Balenciaga, Rick Owens, and some other interesting designers, one of which was Dries Van Noten, who, as many of you will probably know, is a famous designer from Antwerp. And they had this beautiful jacket in this black and blue crinkled fabric. Super nice overall, boxy fit. And you really would never have known that it was a women's wear piece other than the fact that the zipper is on the other side for a menswear piece. And something I want to tell you all that has taken me a long time to accept is women's wear does not imply that something is feminine. In fact, it is just simply who it is marketed to, but a lot of times the silhouettes are very gender neutral or even masculine. They could be boxy, very flattering on you. So if you need permission from anyone, I am giving you permission to shop the women's wear section. So feel confident knowing that if you like something, it doesn't matter how a store is marketing it. If you like it, and that's okay. Next up, I tried on this awesome, almost full-length trench coat from Lemaire. Beautiful kind of deep forest color that has kind of this grayish blue undertone to it. Super pretty. And I really liked it. It had this like voluminous, flowy fit that just felt really cool. I will say the length on me was almost to my ankles, so I felt like one of those flashers or streakers, ready to go at the Super Bowl and show everyone all my goods. But overall, it's just a really cool coat. I think that one of the benefits that you can get to going to local stores is just trying stuff on that you might not usually buy and just try to give yourself some different ideas of how you can incorporate them in your wardrobe or just maybe rethink the way that you would wear things that you currently have. So overall, super cool coat, and honestly, I'm very excited to see a lot more from Lemaire for this season. Next, I've tried on this really cool wool shirt from a Kind of Guise. It had this beautiful dark brown hues to it, kind of a plaid feeling. It was a little bit scratchy, and honestly, I think I'm at that point in my life where I prioritize comfort over kind of fashion at times, so it wasn't really something that I would want to wear, but definitely a very cool brand overall to check out, so keep your eye out for a Kind of Guise. So next up, I tried on the twisted pant from Lemaire, which is super cool. As the name implies, they do like a twisted side seam, which gives like a very voluminous fit throughout the thighs, and kind of an aggressive taper down to the hem, and just a really cool silhouette overall. Makes your outfits a little bit more interesting and unique. And yeah, definitely a really big fan of these. Next up, I tried on the alpaca knit cardigan from Our Legacy, and it's super soft. It's like wearing a cloud or like an alpaca is just coming to hug you. My brother and I hiked Machu Picchu and saw some alpacas up there and, kind of pet them and got our little photo op. So it made me feel, very cultured and well-traveled when I tried this on. But overall, I felt like it was a little bit too long and not quite as baggy and cropped as I wanted it to be. So I don't know, didn't quite work on my body type, but a super cool piece overall. Next, I tried on the Needles track pant, which is super cool. I know they've been trendy for like 3 or 4 years, but I've actually never tried them on before. And I don't know if it's just me growing up watching Seinfeld reruns, but I kind of have a hard time wearing like sweatpants or track pants. It's like the Jerry telling George, you've just given up on life, you're lazy. I don't know, these were really cool though. I've been looking for some loungewear because I think COVID has changed a lot of our habits and I just don't really go out that much anymore. So I'm looking for something that's really comfy to wear at home, and these were probably the most tempting thing that I tried on all day. I tried on this Bode popover and it was awesome. It was super simple, right? But it just had some color stripes on it that kind of give it just like a fun, colorful vibe. And I really liked this piece. I thought it fit me great and everything, but it was just one of those pieces where I was like, why is this so expensive? And I just couldn't get to the point to justify buying it, but it was almost there. It was very tempting, but I am showing a lot of restraint, y'all, so I did not end up going home with it. Lastly, I tried on the S K Manor Hill sweatsuit, and for those of you who don't know, he's an alumnus from Engineered Garments in the Nepenthes, so he kind of has that underlying vibe to it, which obviously really resonates with me and probably you if you're watching this channel. I really like the vibe of it. The coloring, the color detail, kind of similar to the Bode piece, give me like very 1990s, like early 2000s vibe, like kind of cool guy, the ski lodge type of vibes, and just a really cool piece overall. Definitely a fan of S K Manor Hill and should check out their stuff. Next, we headed up to Macus, which actually has a new location that's super nice, bright, beautiful, awesome store, honestly. And they typically lean a little bit more into kind of like the streetwear vibe, but they do carry engineered garments in Rick Owens Dark Shadow, which is the two brands I was really excited to see. So I tried on a handful of things from engineered garments. They had this super awesome kind of ugly shirt, cheetah, paisley, like just super out there. And I honestly loved it. It was super cool. I'm on a spending freeze right now, so I didn't get it, but it's definitely on my wish list. So fingers crossed, they still have my size and that'll be mine. I also had the CARLYLE pant in this wool plaid that was really cool. I will say one of my gripes with engineered garments is their pants typically have like a very like classic straight fit, and it just doesn't feel like there's a ton of design behind them. But I think that they're still really cool overall, so something to look at. They also have the popover vest, which is super cool. It has a bunch of pockets on it, kind of a very tactical feeling to it. And I don't care what any of y'all say, I think Dike makes some of the best vests in the game. It's just something that really goes with kind of the outdoorsy, workwear-oriented vibe that engineered garments has, and I was digging it. I don't know if it would really fit in with a lot of the outfits that I have, but overall, a super cool piece. Lastly, they had this super cool Western shirt and this like black polyester python print. And look, I'm not a big fan of engineered garments using more synthetic fabrics, but this is one of those occasions where it felt like it made sense. It gave it this really shimmery, kind of nuanced look to it that I thought was awesome. I'm a big fan of Western shirts. Cowboy chic is definitely a thing. If y'all haven't adopted it, you should. Lastly, I tried on some dark shadow pants. They have these drop crotch pants, and they were cool. They were super long on me and very skinny fitting, and just not really a vibe I was going for. I liked the mainline Rick ones that I tried on about a month ago. I did a video and kind of showcasing those. I also wanted to try on a pair of Ramones, but unfortunately they did not have my size. Apparently Rick Owens is super popular. Who would have thunk? And yeah, that wraps it up at Macus. Next we hit up Self Edge, which is really like a denim kind of workwear spot. They really focus on denim, and they happen to have some Rick Owens Dark Shadow, and they had this Tyrone cut in this kind of lightly waxed black denim that was super cool. I initially tried them on in the 29 and they were a little bit too slim for me, but then I tried them on a 30 and those were really cool. And my brain was telling me it's $500 for a pair of jeans, but my heart told me it's $500 for a pair of black jeans you could wear like 3 to 4 times a week. That's a good cost per wear basis. So I don't know about those. Those are some really cool pants. And again, I think one of the great things about trying on clothes is it just kind of gives you an idea of what you do and don't like. You don't have to buy things to kind of start experimenting with your wardrobe. So definitely think about, what stores within, 3 to 4 hour driving radius could you go to and get a better sense of things to try on yourself. Last store we hit up was Kissing Booth, which is a collaboration between like Jacob Keller and Cole of Bare Knuckles and a few other Portland locals. And they specialize in vintage goods, a lot of t-shirts and militaria and jeans and whatnot. And I'm not a huge vintage person, but I always aspire to find something. So looked around, it didn't really see anything that caught my eye, but definitely a cool store. And I will admit, I walked right past Jacob Keller, like right outside the store, but I was too shy to say hello. So Jacob, if you ever see this video, hello, forgive me for being too shy. And that'll wrap it up, folks. I really want to say thank you for watching all this way, and I truly do mean it. I want to get to know you all, so please comment down below and let's have a conversation. I'll see y'all next week. Peace. They also had the CARLYLE plant. They also had the CARLYLE plant in this. They also had the CARLYLE plant. Oh my gosh. They also had the CARLYLE pant